Alright guys, it's Charlie Tango 1994 back with another YouTube video. This weekend I've made a special trip up to Derbyshire to meet up with a few of the guys from the Charlie Tango community for this year's Buxton Bash. It's a great chance to meet up with some of the guys from the forum, and I took the opportunity to let more people know about my YouTube channel and pass out my details. It's also a fantastic opportunity to run some radio activity for the weekend, so I set my station up working out of the back of my car. I took quite a bit of kit up there with me, which included my old Black Shadow for SSB, as well as my trusty old Colt 295 to work the FM40. I also brought up my 5-foot Firestik, as well as the T2LT that Stuart sent up to me a few weeks ago. It was also a chance to try out some new camping gear I bought up, which included my inflatable armchair, which came in very useful when working out of the boot of the car. I decided to take one of my most spacious tents since I was going to be up there for a few days, and it made a nice comfy home for the weekend. I managed to squeeze in one of the sun loungers we use at home, so it was a great time to kick back and relax after the long journey and enjoy the great outdoors. It was great to enjoy those magnificent views since we were in quite a commanding location high up in the hills, which makes it an ideal location for a radio activation. There was some pretty impressive radio kit on show, including the guy who runs the Northern Net every week using exactly this setup. I spotted a nice Delta Loop antenna amongst various mobile antennas, but the prize for the most impressive portable setup was this tower setup that the guy who ran the official club activation towed up for the weekend. The main area was a directional Delta Loop beam with an IMAX 2000 above it, atop an extendable tower which stood 40 foot in the air for the weekend. It was clearly visible against the skyline from many vantage points around the Buxton Bash. At 470 metres above sea level, the radio was manned all weekend and was getting signals from far and wide across Europe and further afield. And as well as the 11-metre equipment, PMR channels were also being monitored, although this proved to be fairly quiet over the weekend. During the weekend, someone even posted a video of them receiving the Buxton Bash call from way out in Hungary.
000, club station for Buxton, calling CQ. CQ, calling CQ, 26 Charlie Tango, 000, club station, 26 Charlie Tango, 000, club station, calling CQ from Buxton and listening.
And it wasn't too long before we got a QSO going with Roy from Corsica.
Good afternoon, Roy. Charlie Tango, club station, over.
Yeah, 26 Charlie Tango, 000, 104, Charlie India, 101, returning to you. Good afternoon.
When a fellow Ulsterman who had come over from Belfast was passed the key to chat.
Yeah, no, my wife and kids, we've overseen a mother and father-in-law in Chester, so I took the opportunity to just pop over and see all these cowboys over here.
I totally and utterly reject your expressions of sorrow.
Yeah, well, why not? Although you've left all the cowboys behind anyway.
And, as a language expert, our guy came in very useful for chatting with other stations in their own language. Being portable over the weekend also gave me the chance to set up a mobile kitchen in the back of the car, which gave me the chance to do a bit of outdoor cooking, as well as partaking in the nightly barbecue that was offered to all club members over the weekend. Being up in the Derbyshire hills, the views around the Buxton Bash were nothing short of breathtaking. And with all that wide open space, it wasn't too long before my drone made an appearance. So I did my best to get some aerial footage of the event, as well as some of the incredible countryside. and as well as those camping for the weekend, the event was well attended by more day visitors on the Saturday. As well as stations coming in from all across Europe, late on the Saturday night the band started to open up for American stations, and we were able to add contacts from across the east coast of the States.
One name is Andy, calling the 227, over. Good morning in the USA. It's probably afternoon now, but good afternoon in the New York case. It's a 591 Andy calling. It's been a long time. Europe hasn't went too much. Yeah, the 517, what am I carrying? Am I right? In 517 in New York, 517 in New York. Good morning to you. 5-5 signal, 5-5 signal. Nice to hear you guys are coming over. Back to you.
All too soon it was Sunday morning, and it was time to pack up and head home. But thanks to the guys who went to the effort of putting such a successful event together, and I can't wait to see you all again next year for the next Buxton Bash. I'll be doing my best to get the correct date in my diary for Buxton 2019. Thanks to everyone I spoke to, especially to those from the 6-8 division. It was a pleasure meeting you and sharing the crack.
I shall judge whether it is nice to meet you by your actions, not your empty words.
If you'd like to keep in contact, don't forget that you can find me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and if you'd like to see more videos like this one, don't forget to hit the subscribe button now. Drop your comments below this video, and I look forward to seeing you at Buxton Bash next year. Cheers, beers, and see you next year's. Hope you enjoyed watching this video, and as a thank you to you, particularly if you're new to CB Radio or returning to it after many years, I've put together a free information series called The Beginner's Guide to CB Radio, which I'm sharing with all of my subscribers. To find out more, click the link in the top right corner now. And new for 2018 is my CB Radio playlist.